Okay, how do you deal with this cheap mindset type of clients, this cheap mentality? You go through the process, person has an issue, they want to solve it, they want the best solution, but once we've presented, once they heard the price, they say, do you have something cheaper? Is there anything cheaper that we can explore? Have you ever been in that situation? I'm going to share with you a fragment of one of my coaching sessions where we cover multiple questions, but this is one of the first ones we cover in that session. Let's get into it. So what do you got?
Yes. Hello, everyone. So these days I close for clients.
Congrats, my man.
Thanks. So 3 for 5K and 1 for 3K. So the issue that I'm having is like these guys are from Latin America, right?
Okay.
And they're not paying, of course, like they're not paying in full. They're paying, for example, like 1K or like 500, and the rest they will pay, for example, in 5 payments or 6 payments, like maximum. So what is your recommendation, like like to get more money, right?
Like if it's just truly logistics, I mean, you did your best closing the client, and then on the back end of that, the responsibility gets moved into the delivery team. But what I tell my closers is don't just let go of the responsibility, because you don't want to put your future money, your future commissions into someone that doesn't have the skill you have. So what I tell to my team is like, okay, when you close a client, you put the payment structure that you agreed, that is in the agreement, you put it in Slack, you put it in their table, and now the delivery team knows. But what I tell to all my closers is, and this is literally every time, all the time, listen up, okay? What I train all my closers to do is every time you close a deal, as part of your enrollment process, as part of your closing process, you're going to book a 30-minute check-in 30 days into the future. Why? Number one is because we want to stay connected to the client, because if there's a payment plan, we want to have like a connection to make the client continue to pay their installments. That's number one. But number two is because I'm going to build a relationship with this client. If everything goes well, I'm going to ask this client for a referral. I'm going to ask for a referral. And if you close 1 client, 10 clients, 100 clients, you end up building a network of clients. And maybe out of 100 clients, 25 got great results. They're very happy to recommend another person, right? So that's how you put yourself in a great position where you start building an ecosystem. So every close equals to a 30-day check-in into the future, where I'm going to check in with the client, build a relationship. Let's just review your journey from the moment you made the decision 30 days ago until today. How do you feel? How can I help you? La 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 la. I'm not going to be a coach because they have a coach, but I'm going to be there. Yeah. But man, if you close the deal, and you really did the best you could, then it's on the delivery team. Okay. Now, if you're like, that's the thing, Paulo, maybe I didn't do the best I could. Okay, great. So let's talk about it. So if it's purely financial, what you have to do is do an open wallet, just do a proper and high quality open wallet. So you see what you have. And then based on what they have, you're going to be able to make a healthy recommendation. For example, okay, someone, I do an open wallet, the program is 5K and someone has 5K in savings. That's all they have. Okay. And they just moved to a new apartment. Then it's just like me recommending just putting the 5K, just burning the boats, like all or nothing, might not be the best decision for them. Might be too risky. So maybe I have to go for, hey, no worries, I hear you. Let's put it in a credit card. For example, let's just put 5K on a credit card so you don't just get rid of all your liquidity. Something happens, you still have money, and then you just pay $300 a month. For example, if they have a credit card available, they get ready to go. Boom, let's put it in a credit card. Man, way easier, right? Or if they don't have access to credit or they cannot use credit, it's like, hey, let's do 2,000, let's do 2,500, and then 2,500 30 days from now, because that way is more manageable. You know what I mean? Make a healthy recommendation in that sense. Don't just go, no, you gotta go for it. Like you just like, that's what I will recommend. Of course, like if they tell me, it's all I have, but I'm willing to do it. But it's just like everything all at once, it would just feel too much to me. I mean, can we do 4K? Can we do 3K? Then I will take 3K, of course. So, well, would that work for you? Like if we do 3K and then 2K 30 days later, that would be amazing, man. It was like, okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? But it really depends. It's very contextual. Like sometimes it's like, no, bro, like all I have is 1K. That's all I have. That's all I can invest. That's all I can do. Then I just collect 1K and then the rest put it on a payment plan.
Yeah. One of the clients, they were saying that they have 3K in savings. And then in the beginning, he said, I would like to join the program, but 5K is too much. And I tell like, okay, he was like, kind of like, I will think about it and all this stuff. So I told him like, how much do you have like that you can get started with? He said like, I have 3K. And I say, okay, we're going to start with 3K. 3K, and then the other 2K, we can make the payment later on, or like 1K and the other month 1K. And he was like scared. He had the money, but he didn't want to put.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, basically he decided like, yeah, I can pay just 1K and then by installment every month, like 5K. I mean, like 1K.
Yeah. Yeah. You just remind me of something that I believe is going to be very helpful for everybody here, because this might happen to you. And in fact, it happened to me multiple times with money logistics. And it's very important that you catch this. It's very important that you read this situation, because if you don't read this situation, that what I'm about to tell you, you might bang your head against the wall. And then you're going to go, I don't know what happened. The guy had the money, but he didn't buy. So here's the thing. Sometimes some leads, they will have the money for a 3 split or for a 2 split in regards to the first installment. Imagine the program is 10K, for example. Program is 10K. And you know you could do, for example, 3.5K times 3. For example, let's say you have that payment plan available. 3.5K times 3. Okay? And the person has 6K that he could invest, for example. Are you with me so far? Yes. Okay. So in that situation, when you do the open wallet and you say, how much do you have liquid? 6K. What's your net flow? I'm going to ask, what's your cash flow? What's your net flow? Like, how much money can you save every single month? And they say nothing. I am unemployed. Okay. And then I ask them, what's your credit? I'm maxed out of credit. What other avenues could you use or explore into to come up with the rest of the funds? That's the thing. I don't have more avenues. So at this point, even though he could get started or he could even give you as much as 6K, the main problem this person is going to have in their mind is, I cannot afford the totality of this program. I don't have the 10K. I only have 6K. Are you guys with me? Do you guys understand what's happening in their mind?
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of times, I'm not saying this is happening to you, but I've seen it happening to a lot of closers. They are trying to communicate, no worries, bro. Let's invest 6K and let's see afterwards what we can do. But no worries, you can start with 6K. But the person on the other side, they don't want to do it because they don't know where the other 4K are going to come from, or if they're even going to come from anywhere. So that's why there is this friction. So how do you fix that friction? You just have to, if you have permission from the company, because sometimes you cannot do this, okay? It depends if the company gives you this permission. You have to ask the company. So how much are we willing to risk on a client? How much are we willing to risk on a client when it's a good fit, but money is getting in the way? And then the founder or the sales manager will tell you, it's like, if they can invest at least 6K for a 10K offer, close them. No worries. We'll find a way. No strings attached. We'll find a way. Like, we can work with that person even if all they have is 6K. Because, for example, imagine this is a making money offer, and 6K will give them 3 months, and then they can pay like whatever, just talk with the founder, right? So if the founder gives you this permission to go, we can collect as much as 60% of the total investment, and we're willing to just not run at the risk of not collecting the other 40%. If you have that permission, then you have to communicate that to the prospect. You have to tell them, okay, if there's a way in which you could get started with 6K without having to commit to a 10K program, meaning there's no strings attached, would that help you? How do you mean? Yes, in cases like this, we have 2 options. We can focus on what we have and what we can do, or focus on what we cannot do, whatever we want to do. So this comes from a place of, hey, if there is a way in which with what you have, you could do this, would that help you? Yeah, but I don't have the 10K. I know you don't have the 10K. No worries. What I'm asking is, if there was a possibility in which you could focus what you have and do what you can with what you have, which is 6K, with no commitments, no strings attached, there's no expectation of you to having to pay anything later. There's like no strings attached at all. Would that help you? Well, how does that look like? It will be very simple. We will get you started, okay, in the 2Pay. Typically, we do the 2Pay in 30 days. I'm gonna give you 60 days rather than 30, so you can start for 5K. And then in 60 days from now, we simply have a conversation. We simply see where we're at. And if there is something that we could do to cover the rest, we'll make something work. And if not, no worries. We're not gonna let you on the outside. We're not gonna let you on the cold. We'll find a way to continue to focus on doing what we can with what we have. How does that sound to you? Okay, so there's a lot of situations like this when someone has 60% of the funds, but we just simply lose the whole sale, the entire sale, because of this little problem here that we didn't spot, or we did spot and we didn't know how to verbally articulate. But this depends on the company as well, because, you know, if you ask me, if someone has 60% of it, even 50% of it, to me it's worth. But of course, like, I cannot break the rules. I have to talk with the business owner. You know what I mean? If the business owner tells me, no way. But every business owner, they will have like a threshold. They will say, well, I'm willing to 50%, 60%, whatever that might be. Identify what that is, and you will close way more deals, I promise you.
So it's not an obligation for them to pay the rest, right?
Correct.
No obligation.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, the last question really quick. When you say like to book a call when they make a payment, right? To book a call for 30 days later on, it's only for the first payment, or every month I should meet them?
Yeah,
so they will
every month.
Okay.
It depends because every time you close someone, book a check-in call 30 days from now. And then when that call comes, you assess the situation. If they're happy, you're going to be closer to them. It's like another check-in in 30 days, right? If they are like in a situation where they need extra help, the delivery team needs to help out, I might say, hey, I'm going to speak with the team. Let's just get this fixed. No worries. You're going to receive an answer from the team today. And let's just circle back in 30 days from now via text to see where we're at. And then we will see if we would book another check-in or not. But let me just talk with the team first, because I know this is going to be like a long thing. So then I don't want to book a call in 30 days with someone that I know in 30 days is not going to be at a very, very high emotional note with getting a tons of results and things like that, because, my time is limited. But I'll also check in with them. Depends on the situation.
They will not think like I'm booking this call for asking for the payment.
No, because you tell them that it's a check-in call. It's like you tell them, hey, John, one of the things that I do with all my clients is this is not the last time you're going to see me. I'm here for you. I'm here with you. So let's book a 30-day check-in to assess progress and reassess where you're at based on the goals you had today and the decision you made today. That's truly what we're going to do. In the first part of the call, that's truly what we're going to do. Hey, how you doing? How has it been, brother? It's been 30 days. Tell me, how has your journey been? What do you think of the decision you make? Do you feel this was the right move? Let's review some of the progress you've done, some of the wins you've done. Let's review that. That's the first part of that call. I'm not lying. It's true. The purpose of the call, I'm delivering on it.
And then the second party is asking for, hey, and how is the payment? I mean, if they haven't paid.
If they haven't paid, we're going to talk about it. Of course. If they haven't paid, if they paid, then there's nothing we have to talk about. We have to talk about.
So if they paid, I don't have to meet them, right?
You meet them always.
Okay.
No. You always meet them. Always meet them. You never cancel that call.
Okay.
If they pay or if did not pay, you always meet them 30 days later. Why? Because you want to see where they're at. Because if they're in a high emotional note with great results, great experience, you're going to ask for a referral right then and there.
Yeah.
And if they don't, you're going to steer things forward.
Yeah, awesome.
No, you got it.
Thank you so much for all this.
Yeah, you got it. All right, that is it for this video. Hope you like it. If you did, smash the like button. It really helps the channel. And it also tells me that, hey, maybe I should do more of these videos. So after you've hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, so you're part of the tribe. And one last thing, let me know in your comments down below, what do you think of this video? I always read all the comments, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. See you there.